Every week, robotics companies like Figure and 1X are dropping demos that look straight out of science fiction. They show robots folding laundry, doing chores, and cleaning in stage settings. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 red flags to spot fake demos, why these robots would fail in your actual home, and why you won't have an autonomous robot butler until at least 2035. First, you need to understand that the robots that you see in these viral videos would struggle in a typical home without staging, resets, and human supervision. There is a massive gap between a controlled lab environment and your living room. It's the difference between practicing penalty kicks alone on an empty field and playing in the World Cup final during a thunderstorm. Think about it this way. A factory is structured. Everything is measured down to the nearest millimeter. The lighting is consistent. The tasks are repetitive. A robot thrives there. Your house is pure chaos. There's shoes randomly on the floor. The dog moved his bed. The lighting changes every hour. Small changes can break assumptions, forcing the robot to recalculate everything and figure out if that shadow is a wall or bad lighting. The level of constant change in a typical home makes it extremely hard for today's robots to navigate through gracefully. That robot demo that you saw online, that room was likely staged with controlled lighting with many retries that you likely never see. Navigation is one thing, but the real nightmare for home robots is something far simpler, picking things up. It seems so basic, right? We do it thousands of times a day without thinking. But the human hand is an evolutionary marvel. Did you know that the human hand has about 17,000 touch receptors and nerve endings that give us rich touch feedback? We can pick up a potato chip without crushing it, then immediately grab a bowling ball, then thread a needle. Robots use grippers or hands that are improving, but they're still far less robust than human hands. Before a robot can pick up an object, it needs to understand SPOT, S-P-O-T, shape, position, orientation, and texture. It also needs to understand how the object will move when it's squeezed, often under messy lighting. Robots are years away from being able to do this consistently. Here is how to spot the tricks in these viral humanoid robot videos so you'll never be fooled again. Ask yourself 5 questions. First, is it teleoperated? What that means is a human controlling it or assisting it remotely? Company 1X said its Neo robot can act autonomously, but also explicitly offers scheduled expert mode for tasks that the robot cannot yet accomplish autonomously. So it's not fully autonomous in the way people assume from the demo videos. Number 2, why are there convenient camera cuts? Cuts can hide resets, retries, and teleoperation segments. If it's truly autonomous, you should be able to show longer continuous runs without hiding retries and resets. Third question you need to ask yourself is, how long does this actually take? Some demo videos are sped up or heavily edited, and you may not see real-time pacing. Fourth question you need to ask yourself is, can I actually buy this? Or is this demo just a bait for investors to secure the next funding round? If there's no clear price and delivery plan, treat it as a prototype or a pitch, not a consumer-ready product. And finally, who is funding this and why now? Is this really about selling robots to consumers? Or is it about selling stock to investors during an AI hype cycle? These demos are marketing, not proof of reliable, everyday home autonomy. Now let's talk about safety and security. These aren't toys, my friends. In November 2025, a former Figure safety lead filed a whistleblower complaint in federal court. The complaint alleges internal testing raised concerns about forces that could fracture an adult human skull. Let that sink in. Fracture a human skull. This is a real lawsuit with real allegations about robots that real companies want to put in your homes. Safety standards exist for robots, but broad consumer oversight for autonomous humanoids working in homes is still developing. We have standards for cars, toasters, and even children's toys. But standards and liability expectations for autonomous humanoids in homes, it's not there yet. If that robot knocks over your grandma or tries to throw away your cat, who's liable? The manufacturer? The software engineer? You? Then there's the security issue. These robots come with cameras and internet access that may send data to cloud services.
I could dance with you forever, my love.
Before we rush to buy these machines, we need clear answers to these questions. Safety certifications, security audits, liability insurance, privacy guarantees. Right now, consumers do not have consistent, easy to compare disclosures on certifications, audits, and liability coverage across vendors. What will these humanoid robots actually cost? Industrial robotic arms often cost tens of thousands of dollars, and integrated systems can reach six figures. Some companies are already marketing early access around $20,000.
$20,000? Good Lord, that's a lot of money!
Lower price robots may come with major constraints like remote help or limited capability. And here's the real question. What are you actually getting for that money? A general purpose home robot needs to do tasks faster, better, and cheaper than a human. Right now, there's zero for all three. The economics just don't work for consumers yet. That is why specialized robots make sense. General purpose robots just don't make sense at this stage. A $300 robot vacuum, great value. It does one thing reliably. A $20,000 humanoid robot butler that sort of does 20 things poorly, that's currently a terrible investment. Until price drops dramatically and reliability improves by an order of magnitude, these remain toys for tech millionaires, not tools for regular people. So when will we actually have a useful autonomous home robot that can handle multiple chores reliably, that doesn't require constant supervision and is safe around children and pets? My guess is mid-2030s at the earliest. We're still in the expensive toy phase of home robotics, not the useful tool phase. Until the software catches up to the hype, your best bet is still good old-fashioned human effort.
Automatic Addison.